Hello tech enthusiasts, my name is PurplePC with Nico Knows Tech. Today we're going to be going over the Logitech G502 Hero mouse and comparing and telling the differences between that and the Razer Death Adder V2. This is Nico Knows Tech.
Nico Knows Tech, all your tech tips and reviews on deck. Nico Knows Tech, #1 channel with the news on check.
Now, when I first bought the Death Adder here, the first thing about it is I just fell in love with it. The way it just fits my hands so perfectly. I have pretty big hands, but this mouse just fits it completely perfectly. It's just so comfortable. It's so simple, it's so unique, it's so light, it's just so extremely nice of a mouse. But when I first took this mouse and I looked at it, it looks weird. Huh. Does it have so many buttons? But the second I put my hand onto this thing, wow. How is it so comfortable? Magic, maybe? I don't know, guys. It was the most comfortable mouse I've ever actually put my hand on because it supports my thumb, it supports my ring and my pinky finger as well as I can be able to click all the buttons on the side and the top extremely easily. Now, when it comes to gaming, I play first-person shooter games, of course. I play games like Rust, Overwatch, CSGO, every once in a while League of Legends. You guys know how it is, right? Now, so with the lightness of this mouse and just how simple it was, I was able to overshoot by accident. So I was getting used to the overshooting. So I would overshoot and then pull back a little and aim down. The Logitech G502 Hero has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 macro buttons that you can change and customize as much as you could possibly want. Now, let's actually begin with my favorite. This is a aiming button right here. What this does is, inside of the software, you have 4 points that you can choose your DPI. You can either have the first one extremely low, and then middle is in the middle, and then the other 2 are really high. That's how I have my personal. But anyone can have it really high, and if they wanted to, they can just clip down slowly. Now, you can clip up and down with your sensitivity with these 2 buttons right here at the top, which is really easy. Whenever you're in game, you need to turn up your sensitivity, you just click, you know? It's really easy. Now, there is a button on the side, the aim button. This is by far the most useful thing I've ever seen on a mouse before. Every single time you hold this, it automatically goes down 1 dot on the DPI line, so you recoil. You can, your sensitivity goes really low. So you can hit any shot. Imagine you're with a sniper and someone just slowly moving, but your mouse is going too fast for you to get over that shot. You just can't aim. Well, when you hold this button down, your sensitivity goes from this to this. You can hit every possible shot. Let me tell you, inside of Rust, the recoil spray with an LR, it is extremely hard because it goes straight up. So you have to pull down, but the thing is, with my sensitivity I like to play at, it's pretty quick. But I like to move a lot. So I can just hold this button down and drag my mouse down and flick it like how the recoil does at the end. And I hit every possible shot I could want. This mouse helps me so much with my game recoil. And pretty much, actually, when I'm browsing too, when I accidentally overclick something and I'm about to click something, I just hold down the button and it goes. It's like hitting the brakes to a car. That is one of my favorite buttons. Now, these other 2 buttons on the side of the mouse, these are the G5 and the G4 macros, which you can change inside of the Logitech software. These 2 right here, these are how you turn your sensitivity up and down, but you can change those as well in the Logitech G-Hub software and put them to whatever you want. You want them to open a website? Click. You're there. There is another button right here, the G9 button right here. And it's not automatically set to something, so you have to go into the software if you'd like to use it and connect it to something specifically. Now, there's something unique about this mouse. Have you guys ever seen that video online? It's from a couple years ago, I think. I forgot. I admit, I forgot. But he took a air can that you would spray out your computer and keyboard with. He clicked the button on his mouse, took the air can, and he just sprayed the mouse. And it just spun. The scroll wheel just spun. It looked like it was about to turn into a helicopter and just take off into the sky. Now, that mouse, it's actually this one here. There is a little button right here to unlock the scroll wheel. Usually, most of the time, it really sounds nice as well. The scroll wheel just acts normal like every other mouse, but once you click this button, oh man, it just goes. It will not stop. See, as soon as I stop it, it's gonna stop, of course, but it's just completely loose, but it still works perfectly. Anytime you wanna, well, if you're scrolling on a really old Discord server, you wanna find the first message. I admit, I've done that a couple of times. You just click the button and scroll up. And there you are. It'll take a minute or two if it's a really old server, but other than that, it'll be pretty quick. Now, talk about the Death Adder. The Death Adder only has 2 macros buttons that you can change. And it is the one on the 2 buttons on your thumb. Well, like I said, it's a pretty simple mouse. And then there are 2 on the top which you cannot macro. It is the sensitivity up and the sensitivity down buttons. And in-game, if you haven't already macroed them into something, if you try to use these buttons in-game, they automatically turn into what they call thumb buttons in-game. So imagine you were inside of Rust, once again. Let's just use that as an example. Imagine you wanted to scroll your inventory really quickly by just clicking these buttons. You scroll once so you don't have to scroll and over scroll by accident. You just click here and here, and it would say thumb buttons inside of the game because they haven't been already administrated to a keyboard, a keybind, or something specific. So they come as thumb buttons onto them. Now, here are my final thoughts about this. The Razer Death Adder V2, it was a nice mouse. I agree. But the pricing on it, now that's something different. The pricing for these 2 mice, it's insane because there's no customability with the Razer Death Adder, but there's so much customability with the G502 Hero. My personal favorite out of these 2 mice is the Logitech G502 Hero. Alright? This is $50, but the Death Adder is $70. This is more comfortable. It can be light or it can be heavy. It has so much more buttons you can change, a lot better DPI settings, and a really cool scroll wheel. It's one of my favorite parts on it. What do you guys think about this mouse? What's your favorite? Do you like the Logitech G502 Hero? Or do you like the Razer Death Adder V2? Tell us in the comments, or even tell us about your own. Feel free. We would love to hear about it. My name is PurplePC. I am PurplePC, signing off.
And Nico knows tech. We do this.